Hello, and welcome to Bits Play Games. In this episode, I'm going to go a little bit through my Wii U game collection and then do a little bit of a dive into the eShop and see if there's any games that I'm going to try to add to my collection before they shut it down next month or prevent you from adding any more money. So, let's jump right into it and see if I'm going to be losing some money. Okay, so I'm in my games folder, which is kind of a nice change of pace after being on the Switch with no folders yet. So I'm going to mostly focus on the Virtual Console because I am a physical game collector. So a lot of these games you see here, a lot of it's just for convenience sake, like Mario Maker. I bought digital, and I kind of even regret that. But and then some of the Wii games, it's just nice to just have them on here. But as you can see, I have Mario Maker, Galaxy, Skyward Sword. But once we jump into the Virtual Console, I have the ones I picked up were Donkey Kong 64, Super Mario 64, Paper Mario, Mario Tennis, Mario Kart 64, Mario Party 2, 1080 Avalanche, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, A Link to the Past, so F-Zero, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Metroid Zero Mission, Metroid Fusion, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Minish Cap, WarioWare Inc., Super Mario Bros. 3, Balloon Fight, Kirby, Mario Bros. 2, Punch-Out, and Castlevania 3, Mega Man, and Brain Age seems to be my only DS game, and NES Remix. So N64 wise, there's no guarantee some of these won't show up on the Switch Virtual or the Switch Online for Nintendo 64, but I am glad I picked Donkey Kong 64 because that's not a guarantee. And then also 1080, there's no confirmation of that. Other than that, most of these Super Nintendo games are already on the Nintendo Switch Online for the Super Nintendo, and same with the NES games. But Game Boy Advance wise, hopefully that does come to the Nintendo Switch Online, but I am probably going to pick up some of those before the shop closes. It's probably going to be my main focus. I do have a Nintendo DS, so there's no urgency for me to pick up those games, especially if I play those games. I'm mostly going to want to play it on original hardware anyway. So we'll jump right into the eShop now and see if I can find anything I definitely want to get before it closes. So let's jump in. Right. So I haven't been on here for a while, but I think I can kind of just go down here and yep, here are all the Virtual Console games, which is basically what I'm going to be focusing on. So I'm going to kind of ignore... actually, no. There is one game I know for sure I want to pick up, just because I'm not going to risk it not coming on the Virtual Console, or the Nintendo Switch Online. And that is, as you can see, number 1 on the list, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. It's one I've always wanted to play. I love the Paper Mario series, and there's no guarantee that this one's going to show up on the Super Nintendo Online, especially because it's not on there now, and it's been around for the online service has been around for a little while. So I am just gonna go on here. As I do this, I'm just gonna add it to my wish list, and I'm going to go in and purchase them after. But whatever I'm adding to my wish list is what I'm going to add to my collection. Alright, so Super Mario RPG, I think it's a must-have. Kind of got that, one of the first, if not the first, Mario RPG in that element. Mario in that element. I've played it a little bit, and from what I've played, really fun. Definitely want to go back, play it. Same with some of the other Paper Mario, so that is added. I will take a little look. Well, I think most of the Donkey Kong countries are on the service at this point. And if I really wanted them, those are ones I'll probably just pick up later. And I do have the Super Nintendo Mini, so I can play some of those on that. So outside of that, I think that's the only Super Nintendo game I want to definitely pick up. But I'll kind of go through the list so you can see what is available. If you happen to have a Wii U and haven't checked in a while. A lot of good picks here. And especially for those who want to own their games and not rely on the Nintendo Switch Online service. Definitely something you want to look over. And then I will jump right into the Game Boy Advance, because this is going to be one I am going to pick up at least a few on. Because God knows if Nintendo is going to do, even though it makes sense for the Nintendo Switch Online service, it's Nintendo, so what makes sense isn't always what happens. Okay, so I have both I had to get the Metroid Game Boy Advance games on the Wii U, because that was really, to me, the best way to play it. I like playing on a bigger screen, and although I have a Game Boy Advance, I'd rather have picked it up this way. I got Mario and Luigi. Actually, this was one of those games I think I got... I may be wrong, but it might have been one of those 30-cent games when they had that promotion where they had some games for 30 cents. Golden Sun. Now, a lot of my friends swear by this game, and they loved it. So, I think I'm definitely going to add both Golden Sun games to my wish list and pick them up, because I feel like I always hear about this game. It's a game I hear a lot of people want to be brought back to the Switch and everything, so... gonna be picking up those two. Fire Emblem. It's another series that I really enjoy, so I'm gonna add these two. Kirby. I like Kirby. It's a game I enjoy. It's not one of my absolute favorites, so it's something I think I can wait and hope comes to the Nintendo Switch Online service. So I will hold off on that one. Same with Mario Kart Super Circuit. It's something I definitely try out if it's on a service that I'm already paying for. Or maybe if I start collecting GBA games, I'd add it. But to have as a digital version on my Wii U, I am going to pass. Okay, another Kirby. Final Fantasy Tactics. I've never really tried those out, so I'm going to pass. Wario Land 4. I would pick this up because I love Wario Land. And I have beat this game, but I believe I have the physical copy, and I do have a GBA player on the GameCube, so I am still able to play that on the big screen, so I'm going to pass that for now. Alright, WarioWare, I already have that one. Okay, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, it's a game I tried. There was a version on the DS, or 3DS, I believe, that I tried, and it was fun. It's not really my thing, so I'm going to pass on that for now. I already have this on the GBA, so I'm going to pass on that. Mario Pinball. Rescue Team is something that I probably will pick up at some point, but it's something I'd probably want the digital copy for. And I think they have some kind of remake they have on the Switch, but I don't know if it was this Mystery Dungeon or not. So that's something I can hold off on. Advance Wars 2. Okay. I know they're doing the remake on the Switch, which can, is coming out who knows when. If I get that on the Switch and enjoy it, I'm probably going to want to play the second one, so I will add that. I will hold off on buying the first, because that is something I might pick up on the Switch, so I'm going to hold off on that one, on the first Advance Wars. Mario Party... skip on that. A lot of these I didn't realize they added to the Wii U Virtual Console. I heard Mario Golf on the Game Boy Advance was actually really good. I think there may have been a story mode. That's tempting to pick up. It's also something... I have Mario Golf on the GameCube and on the Switch, so the story mode would be fun, but I think that's another one that hopefully comes to the online service, and it's something I'll at least want to check out, but I don't think I need it on my Wii U library. Now, the Castlevania Game Boy Advance games. There's a lot of them, and $8 each, $8 a pop. I'd pick them up if it wasn't for that they have that Castlevania Game Boy Advance collection that recently came out. I'm probably gonna find that on sale at some point as a, once again as a digital copy. So I think I'll be able to save money and get a better deal if I just hold off and get the collection. Mario Tennis, another one of those ones I'm going to hold off on. I've always wanted to try Battle Network for Mega Man, but it's something, once again, I'm going to hold off on. I'm going to kind of just see, but we'll keep looking here. Namco Museum, always deals on that. Castlevania, I definitely recommend the Castlevania Game Boy Advance games. They're really good. I'm just going to hold off and get that collection myself. Alright, Mega Man, another Castlevania. A lot of Mega Man games. If that's your thing, I'd definitely jump on here before. It's late August. I can't remember the exact day. Maybe August 27th, 24th. I'd look it up, but it's about a month, so definitely get on here, take a look. Rayman 3 Game Boy Advance. I have the Rayman 3 on the Xbox store, so I think that'll probably be the better version to own. You got some racers. You know what? That's all the Game Boy Advance games. So after looking at it, there's a lot I can kind of hold off on, but the Golden Sun games are definitely something I want to play through and definitely try. And I think this is probably the best way to own them right now until it potentially comes to the service. So 64, Nintendo did say that they're going to be adding even more Nintendo 64 games. So there's going to be a lot on here that I either own already on the Wii U or that's already on the Switch online service. But I'm going to see if there's any that I don't see coming to the online service that I'm going to want to buy. So as you can see, I already have Paper Mario, Mario 64, Donkey Kong, all great games, recommend them. Mario Kart 64, you know, it's nice having it on here. And also on the Switch online service. Okay, Kirby's on the Switch, Yoshi Story's on the Switch, all these are on the Switch. I think Sin and Punishment is also on the Switch. Pokemon's, I see a lot of these. Harvest Moon, I can wait. I feel like it's something I want to try. Bomberman 64, now that's one maybe. That's a really fun game. I had a lot of fun growing up playing multiplayer on that. So you know what? I am going to add it to my wish list. I think I will pick this one up. Because I don't know for sure if this one would come to the Switch Online service or not, but I'm going to play it safe. Ogre Battle 64. I own this out on the Wii Virtual Console, so it is $2. I didn't really get into it too much, but I hear great things about it, so I definitely want to dive into it again. And for $2, just to have it on the Wii U, kind of sucks you have to buy it again, even for $2, but it's something I'll just want to have in my games folder, so I'll get it. Wave Race. That's another one. Is it going to come to the Switch Online service? I'm going to say probably yes. I'm going to take that gamble, and I'm going to hold off for now. Mario Golf is already there. Excite Bike. I've played it. It's fun, but it's one I can just kind of hope comes to the service. And that's all the Nintendo 64 games, so I think we're pretty well off just kind of relying on the Switch Online service. Now, I had people recommend going on the Nintendo DS to buy some of these games, and that they work pretty well on the Wii U. I never really liked the idea of playing it on big screen with it a little distorted and everything, but it is tempting. I have a file already started on Spirit Tracks on the DS, and on Phantom Hourglass, I actually already beat that on the DS. And if I want to buy the physical version, I will eventually probably buy that. Mario 64 DS, once again, I want to play this game on the actual hardware. Partners in Time, I had this, I used to have it on the Nintendo DS. I had a lot of fun with it, but I do think I want to pick this up on the actual hardware. But I'll just kind of go through, because I feel like I'm pretty good with the DS. I feel like I have one, and I'll just buy it off eBay if it comes to it. But I'll go through what's available in case you're interested. You got Mario Kart DS, Animal Crossing. And that was the one that really got me started in the series. Actually, the one on the GameCube did, but I really got into the DS one. I put a ton of hours in there. Great game. Metroid Prime Hunters, fun game. Fire Emblem, you know, more Pokemon games, Kirby games, I have Brain Age. I think I got a good deal on it. And it was one of those ones that you could hold the gamepad to the side and it will, you know, play that way. So I thought that was kind of cool. But got Yoshi's Island. WarioWare Touched, I own this. I beat it. It was I think it was one of the best WarioWare games where they really took advantage of the hardware with the touchscreen. And obviously, I feel like the touchscreen is like made for WarioWare. Just very quick mini games where the screen's right there in front of you, quick reactions. I think it was one of the better working WarioWare games. Kirby, and then another Advanced Wars. You know what? That's tempting to add, but I'm going to see how I like the other ones because I haven't played enough Advanced Wars to know how much I like it. I don't think Mario Hoops 3-on-3 was a great game, but it'd be interesting to try, but I think I can hold off on that. Star Fox Command, I remember when this came out, there was a little disappointment for me because I was expecting it to be a 3D Star Fox game that was similar to Star Fox 64, like an on-the-rails kind of shooter. However, it ended up being an arena-based shooter where you're flying around, kind of in the boss fights in Star Fox 64, where you'd change into a different mode in the R-Wing, and you'd be able to fly kind of, and you'd go far, and you'd kind of do an automatic backflip back into the battle. That's kind of how those fights go in Star Fox Command, which it's fun, but it's nothing I really have a need to go back to. Got another Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I love WarioWare, Master of Disguise. I've never played this one, and I want to get to all of those, so that's something I'll go back to. But I'm gonna want the physical copy. And those are all the DS games available on the Virtual Console. If you want the Metroid Prime trilogy, if you're tired of waiting and for Metroid Prime 4 or a remaster, there's all those rumors of Metroid Prime HD coming out, and then I hear that there's no plans, or it's not necessarily rumored for the second and third one yet, or they ran out of time because of COVID. So if you want to really get into it and you're excited for 4 and you can't wait for all that stuff to come out, definitely recommend the trilogy on the Wii U because it's only $20, and if you try to get the physical copy of this, you're going to be spending a pretty penny on it. So $20, you can't beat it, and it's one of the only ways to play it right now outside of buying each one, or buying 1 and 2 on the GameCube and 3 on the Wii, but you're going to be spending a lot for that too. Got Rhythm Heaven, Kirby's Dream Land, Pikmin 2. I already have a lot of these on the Wii. Pikmin 1. I would maybe get Super Paper Mario. I heard it's a good game, although it's not like the traditional RPG Paper Mario that people probably expected. I did hear that it's a pretty good game though, so I am going to play this, but my brother-in-law actually left his copy of it at our house, so I'm definitely going to probably take advantage of that and give it a try. Mario Super Sluggers, I will probably just pick that up. Pandora's Tower I heard is pretty good. I do own Mario Strikers Charged. Epic Yarn, probably pick that up. I already have Skyward Sword, both on the Switch and on the Wii U, so, and I own a lot of these. Sin and Punishment, another good one. I've always wanted to play Wario Land Shake It. I really like the art style in this one, and I'll click into this, see if we can actually look at the art style. It's a really nice hand-drawn style, and I always love the WarioWare games. I heard they're pretty, or this one's pretty good. I heard the Shake It mechanic can get a little old, but I just love the art style, and I love these games, so I definitely think I'm gonna pick that up, but I think I'm gonna get the physical copy, because I kind of collect Wii U and GameCube games, and that's one I'll probably want. Xenoblade Chronicles. I think I'm going to pick up the Switch HD version of this, because especially 3 coming out this month. Resident Evil 4. I mean, what copy of that don't I own? Trauma Team. I had Trauma Team actually on the DS, which I hear is pretty rare now. I totally regret selling it or whatever happened to that. It was a fun game. You did surgeries. It was like a surgery simulator, and at least on the DS, it was pretty cool because you would use the stylus, so it was pretty interactive and immersive that way. On the Wii, probably very similar, but with pointer controls. I doubt it's as immersive as the DS one, but I still heard it was a pretty good game. Mario Raving Rabbids. I think, you know, if you want to pick it up and you don't want to spend any more than 20 bucks, go for it. Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, it's kind of the rail shooter for Resident Evil. I have a physical copy of this one. I'll probably end up playing it on an episode one of these days, but you know, it's here if you want to pick it up. You also got Shovel Knight, but if you have a DS, it's probably the better way to go, just on there. So that was my little run through of the eShop on the Wii U, of what I'm thinking about picking up. After kind of going through, there's not as many games as I thought I was going to buy, but a lot of that's because I am a physical game collector, and that is the main way I'm going to want to play these games. But Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance, definitely a pickup for me. Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo, another pickup because it's not a real shoo-in to come to the service. But outside of that, there's a lot of good options. It's a good way to get a lot of these games. If you want to play the 2D Metroids, it's really your best way of playing a lot of those early ones, especially a Metroid Zero Mission, which is a remake of the first Metroid. Metroid 2, I think you can get that on the NES. It was one of the NES games you could get, but that's also on the service. But Game Boy Advance wise, it's definitely your best bet. You want to pick some of those up, because Nintendo probably should come out with the service for the Switch for Game Boy Advance, but knowing Nintendo, it's never a guarantee. So if you want to pick up some Game Boy Advance games that run pretty well, play on your big screen, and you have a Wii U, I definitely think it's your best option. So that's gonna about do it. I hope you saw some games and have a better idea of what's on the eShop, and hope you get what you want before the end of next month, because I know I am. But that'll do it for today's episode. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, don't like or don't subscribe. And I hope to see you guys later. Bye!